Hi, welcome to Beyond Authentic Health, where we are documenting our weight loss journey
and beyond.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Rufus.
And this is part 2 of our sort of deeper dive into why we chose the Slimming World plan, how it works, and how we are working it. This is the second part of our extra helping video, all about the Slimming World plan. Is the second part of our deeper dive, our extra helping, all about the Slimming World plan. And I think in this part we want to make it a little bit more personal, because our journeys over the last few years have been a bit hectic, haven't they? A little bit hectic here and there. We've been a bit hecticana. And so really, I guess the first question, Rufus, is Slimming World at the moment is working for us. Has it always worked?
No. I think sometimes with just my food habits for over the years, that sometimes food items that I might have kept around me, like in the house, sometimes can make me, I have fallen off plan from having stuff indoors, and obviously that's one of the reasons that we no longer keep anything indoors that we don't want to consume. So that's one of the reasons. It's
one of my sayings now, isn't it?
Yep.
If you don't intend eating it, don't buy it.
Yep.
If you don't want to put it in your mouth, don't put it in your trolley. And that is something, this idea of falling off plan, we've done that several times in the past, let's be honest. And it's always been because we have seen Slimming World in the past as a diet. It was something that we were doing to lose weight, and when we got to our magical goal weight, our target weight, we'd start to eat normally again, and everything would be fine.
And we wouldn't have to go Slimming World again.
No,
and
we'd stop going. We'd now be reformed fatties.
Right? We'd be able to maintain it for years and without Slimming World at all.
Just randomly. It would fix all of those problems that we've had with food for many, many years. And of course, life doesn't work that way, does it?
And then we realised that it isn't like that at all, and actually we do need the support from Slimming World. And
not only that, we've taken a really hard look at our eating habits over the years, and how we got to the weight we did, why we got to the weight we did, why we've fallen off plan. Because I've got to tell you, before October, we had tried calorie counting, hadn't we?
We did.
I can't do that. If you're somebody calorie counting, literally, my hat off to you. I can't keep track of the numbers.
I do know, like I say, there are some, I've seen there are like apps, things where you can just take photos of a meal and it tells you how many calories that is. I don't know how that could even happen. But
how do you take a photo of a large jacket potato?
I know, that's what I mean.
It means weighing everything and doing all that. So anyway, that isn't something for me.
We don't have to, like say, worry about all of those things. No. We just, like say, every so often, obviously we will check our books. Obviously you've got your books to go through. The books tell you absolutely everything.
And I've always got my phone next to me with the app.
The books tell you everything. If we want to scan foods, or like say, whether you might be shopping for the first week and doing Slimming World, and I think the first one took us about like an hour and a half around our local supermarket.
About an extra hour, wasn't it? Yeah.
Scan things to make sure it was all on plan. But I think once we'd got all the basics and we know what we like to eat, what keeps us on track, we're happy. I enjoy everything we do on Slimming World.
But we did also try the keto diet. That never worked. We tried hardcore intermittent fasting. That didn't work. We were looking at all sorts of the meal plan ones and the shake ones and everything. And in the end, it was just like, look, we need to fix this. The only way we've lost weight successfully in the past was through Slimming World. But if we're going to go back to it, we can't faff with it. We've got to just do it and make it a lifestyle change. And that was a key thought. That was something that we actually, before we rejoined, we'd sort of made that decision, didn't we?
Yeah.
Even though, to be honest, the weekend before we joined, we had a couple of takeaways, didn't we?
We
pizza
did.
or whatever it was. And we were like, right, that's it. It's like the last meal of the condemned couple or something. Now, I don't want pizza. I don't want that. I look at that food that we used to eat, and I walk past a chip shop, and I walk past Greg's and all these places, and it genuinely turns my stomach a bit now. It really, really does, because, and this isn't us drinking the Kool-Aid. This is literally
the grease.
the grease, the fat.
Not nice.
It's not. It isn't for me anymore.
It's as if you can taste it.
Yeah.
And you're like nearby the shop, and it's like it's just burnt smell.
Absolutely. But we have made it a lifestyle. And what I mean by that, I don't mean that we're forever, going out to people like, have you heard of Slimming World? Our Lord and Saviour Slimming World. It could say, we don't do that. We don't proselytise apart from with these videos.
We're not going to go knocking on your door.
No, with a Slimming World leaflet going, can we talk about Slimming World? It's not that.
Yeah,
but
we're not a religion or anything like that.
No, although we do sometimes. We acknowledge it's a little bit culty at times. Yeah. But because for us, when we've made it a lifestyle choice, that's how it's worked.
Yeah.
And this time round, as I say, as we're filming this, it's the 10th of July 2025, and you are £1 away from your 7 stone award. Yeah. Bearing in mind we only came back the first week in October.
Yeah.
And I am £1 away from my 5 stone award, which is phenomenal successes that we're having this time round. And largely that's because we work the plan. We follow it. We food optimize 100% of the time. But it hasn't been easy though, has it? No. I know we talk about it as if, it's something really simple. It hasn't been easy for us.
I said it has been a transition as such, because in the beginning, we might have gone, right, I've got 15 sins to play with, or whatever the sin amount is for that day that you're going to have. And if all of our meals for that week or something, we'll try and make all our meals sin-free. So all free on plan, don't have to count any sins as part of our main meals. We were kind of like making goodie bags up and things like that. And it's like, we were taking bad food that we might have had before in small portions and putting them into these goodie bags. And it's like taking a bit of our old life before starting Slimming World and just bringing that into our healthy eating, and it wasn't healthy. It wasn't.
No, it would be a little bit like an alcoholic allowing themselves 2 beers every day.
Yeah, it just did not work. Long term, it didn't work.
And there were many a time where I would have my 15 sin bag of sugary food, and I would eat that, and then I would go and hunt down something else, because all it would do is make me want something else. And this time round, we use our sins very differently. We use our sins for cooking. We quite happily
have them in meals occasionally.
Yeah, have them in meals. And if we do have snacks, we tend to go for free food snacks.
I don't tend to have sweets, chocolate, or anything like that now.
We don't have it in. But you'll still allow yourself some popcorn.
Yeah, I have some sweet and salty popcorn, or just a bag of salty popcorn. And I'm like I say, you get a lot in a bag for like these multi-pack bags of popcorn, and they're really, really nice, and they're like 3 sins a bag.
Yeah. So, but that for you isn't really a trigger food.
Nope.
And I think this is where before we went horrendously wrong, is that we were eating trigger food in small doses, thinking we were doing it right, and we were still losing some weight. But what we were doing was keeping that little part of our brain active that was saying, that's chocolate, that's flumps.
It's like, someone that you don't really get on with for whatever reason, I'm still going to try and have a relationship with this person. It's really unhealthy, but, for whatever reason, and I still want that person in my life, even though they're really toxic or whatever, whatever it be. And then long term, it doesn't work out.
No.
Because
it comes to a point where you've just got to make a choice about
what's the best thing for you.
Yeah.
And like I say, one of my trigger foods, because a lot of people, if you speak to other people that are on Slimming World, a lot of people know what trigger food is and things that you know, is a really nice thing that they absolutely used to love eating, but having it sometimes is too much, and it makes you then, you know, I mean, I would have donuts. So how often do you go, unless you go to somewhere like Lidl and buy one donut and put it in a bag, most shops will sell them in packs of 2 or packs of 4. So if I bought a packet home, I could have one and I'd be fine for however many days, you know, and I'd have like one a day, like 10, 11 cents for this little round ring donut, and then before I realise it, I've gone, oh well, I'll have another one, and I'll have another one, and then I'll go, well, I'll cut back my sins later in the week. It wasn't healthy at all.
It just continues the unhealthy habits,
so
doesn't it?
we pick slightly healthier choices for our snacks and things we really enjoy, but don't want to, you know, eat a whole big pack of them, a whole multi-pack and a whatever of them, and you just really enjoy it.
But to be honest, even the thought of having some of those foods I used to eat leaves me really cold right now. But even this time round, it's not been an easy thing, because I had some other health issues going on. I'm diabetic and hadn't really taken that seriously my entire life, and got to the age of 39. Oh, sorry, 39. Got to the age of whatever I admit to on the internet, which fluctuates. And basically...
like that year that, you know, you had the same, you know, same age for like 3 years.
Do you mean when it was actually 4 years? When
was
I
it
had
4? Oh, 4 years, sorry.
When I had my annual 30th birthday for 4 years running.
Yes, that's right, yes.
And it became Lisa's annual 30th birthday.
That's exactly what it was, yes.
Yeah, something like that. But no, for the most part of my life, I've had a really unhealthy relationship with food. That has now changed, although I still need to be very aware of those old habits. But for me, my diabetes at this point, as I'm reaching my middle age, has become an issue. It's the first time it's ever happened, and for me, that's been a massive wake-up call.
But even though, like I say, your what you eat now is so healthy and so clean, but still, it's just now an ongoing thing that, you know, even though what we are eating is really, really, you know, it couldn't be any healthier than what you're eating now, but still some of those health issues now are still going to be ongoing. Yeah,
because unfortunately I've damaged my body over the years. And so for me, that's one of the reasons why I am so committed to this, because I genuinely have health scares that are at the forefront of my mind. And without going too much into it, there are issues with my eyesight, and there are issues with diabetic neuropathy on my feet. I don't really want to lose a foot, thank you very much, and I don't really want to go blind, thank you very much. And that was the kick up the backside, that after many years of having a super unhealthy relationship with food from my childhood, watching my parents have the same struggles, my grandparents have the same struggles, that for me has been the eye-opener that I really, really needed. And hopefully, as you say, now I am eating super, super, super healthy, clean, healthy food, I can reverse some of those problems in time.
But well, they have said that, though, that hopefully that, you know, that will get better in time. It's just going to be
It's just at the moment process. I still have some issues, and so because of that, I had to make lifestyle changes, which is why for me this is going to be a lifelong change. But when I came back to Slimming World for the first 3 months, I was struggling, not with the plan. I was dedicated to the plan, but week in, week out, my results were all over the place. Some weeks, 1 week, I lost 10 pounds randomly. The week after that, I'd gained. The week before that, I'd gained.
I said we were eating the same meals,
the same food every week.
So same size meals, both of us on like identical meals. But yeah, it was, I think, you know, really frustrating for you that
it was.
You know, we were getting on the scales, and obviously you'd think that when we've eaten the same type of fruit bowl, so we would go for all of the berries and stuff like that, super low sugar and stuff like that, and speed fruit. Obviously you'd have the your yogurt and stuff like that as well, same as me, but you'd have the soya, but still, you know, the same problems were still happening. and it was ended up being some of your medication.
Yep.
You weren't on the right medication for your diabetes.
Yeah. But how did that feel for you? Did you feel any guilt, or did you feel ill?
I
When you're coming in going, I've got my 1 stone award, I've got my 3 stone award.
I didn't like making a big deal about, my weight coming off or whatever. It's just, I just knew how frustrating it was for you. It was just,
Well, we should celebrate. You were going great guns, just because my journey was a little bit different. But it is difficult, isn't it? Yeah. It is difficult in those situations. So we've both got health issues. It's not just me. We've both got, other things going on as well.
Like I say, from me being bigger, I've probably done damage to my knee from being very big. So I now, get like, I don't know, like a bit of inflammation in my knee, and I've got a poorly knee joint.
You've got some back issues and other problems and pain and all sorts of other bits and bobs. But how does that impact on your weight loss? How does your health struggles, because there's a lot of them, how do they impact your weight loss?
Over time, I think, like, say, if you're someone that's been very, very heavy a lot of your life and your weight's gone up and down, it does a lot of damage, and you don't realise that when you've got a lot of fat all over, obviously all around your bones and everything, it can, I think, stop how much movement you have, how much you can move your arms, your shoulders, and you find that you can move things. Like, I can sort of like touch my back and various places now that I've never seen them. I didn't know it was there. It's a bit strange. It's like just movement. Like, I wake up and sort of like look down the bed and I don't see my stomach now. Whereas before I used to see my stomach. I'm like,
So has Slimming World cured you then of all your medical health problems?
Oh yes, it's all gone away. Yes, it's
fantastic. Yeah. Has it?
No. It's made things, I think, a bit more noticeable. One thing, like I say, from being on plan, I don't feel as sluggish and tired all the time, which I was before. Very, very tired all the time, and it's holding that weight, carrying it around. You might be very heavy, have very muscly legs, and because you're carrying a big weight for God knows how long that you were bigger, that's great, and having really strong legs. But also, I'm losing weight on my legs, I'm finding that the knee problem is probably more of an issue, even though my weight's coming down, because I don't have as much fat around the knee joint now supporting it.
And so it isn't a panacea, is it? Isn't a cure-all?
No, but my body is going to be a lot healthier. I'm not got so much weight on the knee because my weight's coming down. And like I say, I didn't realise after going and seeing somebody about my back issue that they're saying that from going from one side of the room to the other, I have no movement in my lower back at all, due to my spine problems. And I don't think, I'm sure that he said it wasn't down to my weight that caused it. Obviously, I may have had... No, it's definitely not going to help, but it does put, like I say, just in general, being very big does a lot of damage to your body. You don't realise it, but it's like just wearing like a big padded like layer of skin for God knows how long. It's just, if I fell over, obviously I probably couldn't get up if I was that big at one point. With
both of us, we've still got the underlying health stuff going on. We've still got a lot. But it's better than it would have been if you had 97 pounds strapped to you, which is how much you've lost, is 97 pounds. So if you had that strapped to you now and you put on a jacket that was full of liquid or full of bricks and things and it weighed 98 pounds, you would struggle to walk.
I said, you know what the worst thing about Slimming World is? You know?
The fact we have to pay for it.
No. Because you do get, if you buy countdowns, you get some 3 days anyway.
And some doctors you can prescribe 12 weeks from your GP. So that's another thing.
So if your GP ever says, maybe you need to, look at losing some weight for whatever reasons, they can, like I say, a lot of places.
The worst thing about Slimming
World, the worst bit.
Hang on. Is it? Some of the recipes aren't worded very well and it's very confusing.
No.
Is it? Hang on. What else? Is it that you've got to sin a mashed banana if you mash it, but not if you eat it, even though when you eat it, you're mashing it with your teeth, but not...
No.
What is it then? Go on then, what's the worst bit?
It's that you've got to buy a whole new wardrobe.
Although, if you enjoy shopping,
but if you like
that's
shopping,
a good thing.
Yeah,
exactly. That's a good thing.
But yeah, apart from that, like I say, like saying the banana issue or whatever, and it's purely because you can consume that a lot quicker than if you sliced it or ate it.
And that is one of the things we didn't touch on the first episode, is that there's a lot of science behind Slimming World, the plan, but there's also a lot of psychology behind it. And this is why sometimes sin values change. So like with a particular brand of yogurt, a very famous brand of light yogurt that was free. And
you get them in like packs of 4 or 6 or whatever.
And it used to be that people would absolutely cane them. They would eat 12 at a time because it was free food. And so Slimming World made an adjustment and they added a half a sin. So each one of those yogurts is now a half a sin.
I said you get I think the plain or just flavoured ones that are half a sin, but ones that have chocolate sprinkles and other
fruit
things
or added bits
might
were
be
more.
1 sin or so.
But the ones that used to be free were then added in as half a sin. And the psychology of it in that instance was
you're not going to have as many now.
Yeah, because people were eating 12 a day.
Yeah, if it was a free food, they would, overeat it.
Yeah. And so there's a psychological element that goes into play with this as well.
Yeah.
So then how much does the online Slimming World community that we are very, very proud to be a part of, how much does that help your weight loss? Or does it even help your weight loss?
It gives me something to think about. So everybody has a slightly different perspective of, Slimming World, things they've learned, and, things that they might have done and then, have figured out a way of doing something maybe a little better or thinking about something a certain way. Although I go to group and get ideas from people at group, there's so many people, Slimming World people online, and I will sit and watch people's videos and that, and people that we've spoken to online, and it does, like I say, it just gives me a whole new perspective about, or even sometimes it might just be trying a new thing. They've tried a new pack or finding out new low sin things that they've had. Just the extra information from other people, I just think it's really beneficial.
I like the fact that there are people sharing their journey, the ups, the downs, the triggers, and for me that helps me feel a lot less alone on this. And obviously I'm incredibly lucky, and you're incredibly lucky in that both of us are doing it. So our partners, my partner is doing it, your partner is doing it. A lot of people don't have that support at home.
Some people might have children and a partner who is eating a completely different diet.
And that again is going to be its own difficulty. But watching other people struggle, watching people talk about, do you know what, this week I really wanted XYZ and I didn't give in, or I did this or I didn't. Watching that is incredibly inclusive. I feel like I'm part of a much wider community, as well as all the tips and tricks and hints and everything else, which I think is absolutely amazing. But it also, above that, it sharing stories it destigmatizes, it takes away the shame. You'll see right up here, the R and the S in losers is for reducing shame. Being at my biggest, I was ashamed of how I got there. I was ashamed of my body. When I'd done Slimming World before, if I had fallen off plan or if I'd had a gain, I felt a lot of internalized shame. And that is something now that, with the help of the online community and with the fact that now this isn't a diet, this is my lifestyle choice, I have changed my lifestyle, that now I don't feel that shame. And it's why we've put it in the title, is because it's a big part of a lot of people's weight loss, isn't it? Or a lot of people's weight gain journey is, we feel bad about being the size we are, or going up a dress size, or whatever, all of those things that come into play. And I think for me, sharing our experiences hopefully helps some of you, and sharing other people that are sharing their stories helps me to not feel alone when I've gone, I've looked down at my stomach and gone, oh my God, I'm such a fat cow. Oh, because I still have all of those voices in my head. I still have all of those things of, looking at someone else and thinking, oh my God, they're so skinny, they're so fit and healthy. I wish I could be like that. Or, I still have some of those thoughts sometimes, even though I've adjusted to the fact that my journey is mine.
But coming on here and saying to people, oh, I did this week and actually it didn't, go as I wanted it to this week for whatever reason, just shows you that, like everybody else, sometimes, we do slip up, or didn't scan something correctly, or thought it was a free item and it actually wasn't. Like say, for example, one day we'd had stir fry packs in the fridge, and I popped to the shop and they had some reduced
rice noodles.
Yep. They were rice noodles, but because they were just a plain rice noodles, they didn't look like they had oil in or anything like that. But only after having them, realised that actually I completely forgot to scan the packet to double check.
That was your day for cooking, wasn't it?
It was. Completely forgot to do that, and it worked out that these packets, these smallish packets that were like one person portion, were like 3.5 sins just for the packet itself. Well, like I say, we ended up including it in our dinner, but it just, like I say, you work out where you want to use your sins and what on. And I would have rather, if I'd have realised, I would have just taken the dry ones out cupboard and just done 2 portions of those, and they are free on plan. So it's things like that. Like I say, if it's just convenient, sometimes people use their sins for stuff, but...
And again, like we talked about with the chicken
things
roll.
Things happen.
Everybody makes mistakes. But also, this is another reason why, if you do join and you've got the app, whether you're joining online or whether you're joining in person, scan everything, because sin values change, recipes change, don't they? Do you think the channel helps our weight loss personally?
I think it keeps me accountable with just like everything I'm doing.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
And I'd say the reason why we stay at weigh-in, obviously when we get weighed, at one time we never used to stay. We used to go get weighed and go home, and especially like people that haven't done well that week, maybe know that they didn't do well that week for whatever reason, or people will go and get weighed and then just leave and not stay to therapy or anything. And I think that it's a hard thing to do if you've not had a good week on plan, and you know where you slipped up or you don't know. And like I say, no matter what happens, the best thing to do, because there's no shame even at group, is just to stay. And because like I say, if you feel bad or feel low about it or whatever, often other people are not gonna say, oh well, you must have done something. No. That doesn't happen anymore. No. Now it's if there's any tips or things you need, or is there anything consultant can do to sort of like help you for the for the coming week, that people are just there to help you. And that's what everyone is, what everybody tries to do, help other people, because like I say, a lot of people have amazing weight losses, but it doesn't always go, not even for me, it doesn't always go to plan. No. So some weeks I don't get the result that I expected, but occasionally that will happen. It's gonna happen. I might I've had a few maintains, and I've hit a couple of slight gains. I did, was it the week 777s or whatever, 7 is it 7 sins, 7 days,
7 portions of speed for 7 days,
and I actually put weight on that week. That was a thing we were doing for the week, a challenge for the week, and that went wrong for me.
We both put weight on that week.
We did that week, and I thought, maybe I won't do that again.
But I do think if you've got an interest in doing a little bit on YouTube, doing a video each week, do it. You don't have to have the setup that we've got. No. It's because of my ADHD. I want everything. I want it to look as fancy and everything else.
I know it took us ages to put these bricks up.
These lovely bricks. But in all honesty, your mobile phone sat there in the kitchen, that's all you need. We watch so many channels that are literally that. It's amazing. So then, what do you see for us in the future? Not just for our channel, our weight loss. What do you see with our connection to Slimming World in the future? Hopefully, before too long, we'll hit our targets. Yeah,
like I say, it's work in progress, I say. And I think thinking about Slimming World and how it all works now is that, yes, there wasn't always great parts of it, but there are really good bits about it. And it, obviously, if we can do it and loads of other people do it and work the plan and it does work, then it's, like I say, I don't think I'd change what I'm doing now. I don't have to weigh everything. I just weigh my healthy extras and stuff, and everything else is, I can kind of eat quite freely. Yeah, just what the plan just works.
So, when you hit target, are you gonna stay at Slimming World?
Yeah, of course.
Are you
because
going...
not doing Slimming World for me does not work.
Yeah.
So once I hit target, it will be okay. Now I need to work out how
the hard work starts.
Balance because you then at that point you'll be able to have some extra sins, and I think possibly
extra healthy.
Yep, during the week, and you will get once you hit target, you'll get a new pack to help you in your maintaining your weight. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. I think it is still going to be a challenge to maintain the weight then at that point. So that I'll say it's work in progress.
It absolutely
it's just a stepping stone, like I say. And then once I'm nearer my goal weight, I've not been in that weight for many years. So I think long term, like I say, I need to go to 13.5 stone. No idea what that's going to be like when I get there, because I'm fairly comfortable now, and probably the last time I was that sort of weight, I was probably a teenager. So,
and this is it. It's hopefully either at the end of this year, if I'm really on it, if I'm really lucky as well, or early next year. Hopefully by spring or late spring of next year, I'll have hit my target. And I don't ever see myself not being a Slimming World member and being, hopefully a target member, a diamond target member, and all of those things. Well,
once you do hit your target, you're somebody then, as long as you stay within your like £3 either side of your target weight, at that point you don't have to pay. You're someone who goes, and as long as you're £3 below or £3 above that weight that you've set, as long as you're somewhere there in the middle, you don't have to pay.
Yeah, and I think for me, the closest comparison I can say is it is a bit like somebody going to AA, where you may not have had a drink for 10 years, but you still go to the meeting to keep that sobriety topped up. And I can see myself being on this plan for the rest of my life, going to group week in, week out, because it will help me maintain those healthy habits. Because again, as I say, for the first however many years, I didn't have those. No. And so I can see myself doing this forever. And, being quite happy to do so, to be honest. Absolutely. And who knows? Next year, we may even join the ranks of the Slimming World consultants ourselves.
It's just a part of life, and we always make time. That's that one day a week. It's really, really important. And obviously, there are many days you can go and, like, if you're going to go to a group, so you can go online and you can just look up, you put your postcode in on to find a local group, and you might find loads of them. I think the only day that they don't do is Sunday. But yeah, Monday to Saturday you can find that there's many groups around the, all over the country. So yeah, look them up. Like I say, you might find a couple of local ones right where you are, and best thing, like I say, even though we never wanted to go when we first joined, it's kind of like, don't really want to do this. Oh no, this is really, I feel really embarrassed. Don't feel embarrassed. Just go in, and you'll get so much support from people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that just about wraps it up for this 2-part episode, where it's very much the basics, and we wanted to do that at first, didn't we? So that we gave people a little bit of the background of the plan, and also how we work it, and sort of where we are within our journey. But next week we are going to take a deeper dive, a little extra helping of support into a whole different subject. So do make sure you join us on a Friday evening for our Losers Club Extra Helping.
Also, as well, if you've got any questions or anything, you know, you're wondering about Slimming World, or you've got any personal questions for us, like I say, you can put them in the comments, and maybe we'll look at answering those in another video.
Absolutely, we'll always do. In fact, we might even arrange an Ask Us Anything type video.
We can do,
Yeah, absolutely. You can also email us at health@beyondauthentic.co.uk. You can always email us there as well. If you haven't already, please do the YouTubey things. Hit the like button, subscribe, and then dong your bell. Change your settings to all. That way YouTube should notify you each and every time we go live or release a video, whether that be a recipe video, an extra helping, or even a vlog. We do those occasionally as well, don't we? And hauls.
We do.
Hauls. When we go to a supermarket or when we go shopping, we'll do a haul video to let you know what we're buying, especially if there's anything new.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it from us. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and
happy slimming.
Happy slimming. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Say goodbye, Rufus.
Goodbye, Rufus.
Gabonza beans.